How does one deal with being overwhelmed with life's troubles? I think whether we are here or not, life will test us. Whether we are in our home or outside of our home, life will always find a way to test us, testing us to make us stronger. So it's accepting life's troubles, accepting life's difficulties, embracing life's difficulties, because life will not place anything on you, burden you with anything that you cannot bear. So all that you receive in life, though you may think is overwhelming, it's realizing that, my soul cannot summon anything that I am not ready to overcome, anything that I am not ready and prepared to conquer. So when we allow ourselves to embrace challenges, embrace difficulties without wanting to run away from them, without wanting to suppress them, without feeling this intense desire and urge to just to retreat, to retreat. Then we can allow ourselves to be truly welcoming of every test, welcoming of every trouble, welcoming of every difficulty, as it has come to prepare us for everything that we have, everything that we desire, and every goal that we set. So if you have big dreams and big goals, be ready for big tests. Be ready for big obstacles. Because nothing in life comes without being tested. Nothing comes to us if we are not first prepared, if we are not first tested. So even when we fail, failure is not punishment. Being overwhelmed is not punishment. It's being prepared. You're being prepared for the success that you seek. So every trouble, we have summoned it because we have set a goal. Every difficulty, we have summoned it because we have set a goal, and nothing comes to us unless we have summoned it. So we must be willing to embrace the difficulties, to accept the difficulties as a way of preparing us for everything that we have sought to accomplish. And knowing that it's not all on you as well. It's not all on you. Some things we just have to be willing to give to God, because God is the true doer. God is the only doer. God is the thing that is testing you. God is the test, and God is the success. So giving it all back to God, knowing that it all belongs to you. It all is you. Anything that I can receive, that is you. Any trouble that I experience, that is you. So even in the midst of trouble, you give it back to God. Even in the midst of success, you give it all to God, and not accepting anything as your own, and not accepting these troubles as your own, not accepting the happiness that comes from success as your own. And just really truly giving it back, giving it all back to source. Giving it all back to source. All of your success and all of your failures, never claiming anything as your own. Because when you claim anything as your own, you will take it personally. So you cannot just say, I won't claim my failures, and I won't claim my troubles as my own. I will only claim my success as my own. And when you do that, you can't do that, but being partial in that causes you to forget to give that to source. So I will advise, giving everything, leaning on God and giving everything back to God, your troubles and your success. So you are never partial in what you give to God. You are never partial in what you receive from God, from life. Always being willing to give it all back. give it all back and not accepting anything as your own. Not accepting anything as your own. Because when you accept it as your own, you take it personally. You take life's troubles personally. You take the success in life personally. And so, these things come and go. Failure happens, success happens. That is life. It is not a true constant. The only true constant is God. The only true constant is that eternal consciousness. So when you stay in the eternal, you live in the eternal, despite the ups, despite the downs, despite the difficulties, despite the success. You allow yourself to give it all back to God. So sometimes I can totally sympathize and empathize with you of being overwhelmed by everything that we have on our plate, and sometimes we are overwhelmed because we are trying to eat too much. We have so much on our plate, so a great part of that is our own doing, is that we are trying to do too much. A simple life is a happy life, and when you have all of these things on your plate, you obstruct your view of God. You obstruct your view of what it truly means to be happy, of what it truly means to be successful. So you gather up all of these things, you have all of these desires, you have all of these ambitions, you have all of these dreams. But are they leading you to success? Are they leading you to a deeper understanding of who you are and what you are and why you are here? Because sometimes we are just picking up things and carrying things and picking up desires, desires that our parents, desires that society, desires that the media is, putting on our plate. And we think we have to deal with these things, and we think we have to become these things, and we think we have to desire these things. So it's really getting back to yourself, spending some time with yourself, taking some time to see, what do I truly want? What truly makes me happy? What have I been programmed to think, to dream, to desire even? And realizing that, am I overwhelming myself with things is just to be preoccupied with something to do, something to attain, something to gain, something to acquire, because most people spend their lives this way, just desiring, acquiring. And desire is the seed of suffering. We suffer because we desire. We suffer truly because we desire. And when one is free from desire, they are free to be. And that desirelessness comes with contentment. And contentment should always be the goal. Contentment must always be the goal. Because when we are content, we are satisfied with whatever we have. We are satisfied with all that we have. And that this doesn't mean, of course, we cannot possibly go without desire. There's always going to be a desire that arises in the mind. But when there is contentment, our desires become more pure. Our desires become more simplistic, until we are truly weeding out every desire. Desire is desire is why you have a body. Desire is why you have incarnated, because of the seeds of desires. And we cannot truly be liberated from this third dimension, from this realm of existence, unless we weed out our desires, unless we work through our desires, unless we totally dissolve our desires in the realization of God, or unless all of our desires are fulfilled. So I would say, be mindful of your desires and where they are taking you. Are your desires taking you to the ultimate realization? Or are they leading you deeper and deeper into the world illusion? This is something that we must always be mindful of where our desires are taking us. You know, be mindful of where your desires are taking you. Are they taking you into the infinite, or are they taking you into the illusion? You know, because everything that you acquire in this world, you will have to give it up. And what will it be worth if you have to repeat this existence again and again? What will it be worth if you have to go through the troubles of acquiring, if you have to go through the troubles of the tests to prepare you for the things that you want to acquire? You know, you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. But you have to understand the suffering that you impose upon yourself by desiring the things that you desire. The mental afflictions that you cause yourself by desiring the things that you desire. First and foremost, your desire should be to commune with that which has created you. First and foremost, your desire should be to attain the realization of what you are. First and foremost, your desire should be God. And when your desire is first and foremost God, then all of your desires will be divinely guided, you know? And you will know what fits the narrative of your life. And you will never allow yourself to go beyond that, because that only leads to more suffering. That only leads to more delusion. That only leads to more self-inflicted troubles, you know? So always being mindful of where your desires are taking you, and what are they leading you into, you know? Because we allow ourselves to just be full of so many desires and so many ambitions that we never truly realize the value of life, you know, the value of life. So yeah, all of that, Jesse. Thank you so much for asking that question and for allowing this to be expounded upon. Yeah.